Here, example 2. A kite is traveling 30 meters high, or a kite is 30 meters high. After 5 seconds, it descends to 12 meters above the ground. Interpret the quotient to describe the rate of change. In other words, find the answer. So I know that I started, a kite is, there's my kite, like my kite. It starts at 30 meters high. It goes to 12 meters above the ground. Interpret the rate of change. So from 30 meters to 12 meters, I need to know that distance. So I'm going to take 30 and I'm going to subtract 12. And that gives me 8. So 8 meters is what I'm looking at. Did I do that right? Oh, that's 2. That's 18. Sorry. 18 meters is what I'm looking at. And then I'm going to take my 18 meters, and it's a descent. So it's a negative number. It's a descent. It's getting lower. So it's a negative 18, and I'm going to divide it by my 5 seconds. So I'm going to take my 18, and let me do that in a different color. I'm going to make some room over here too. 1 second. I want to make sure I got enough room to show you the work. So I'm going to take my 18, my negative 18, and I'm going to divide it by my 5. So 5 goes into negative 18 3 times. So negative 3 times 5 is a negative 15. So now I'm going to subtract, and I get 3 here. I need to see if I can get rid of my remainder. So I'm going to add a 0 here, put my decimal point there, bring it straight up, add a 0, bring it down. 5 goes into 30 6 times, and so I get a remainder of 0. So the rate of change is a negative 3.6 meters per second, because we divided so we could get a second. So this is your answer, negative 3.5 meters per second. I'm going to go ahead and do the last example that I'm going to give you as well in this same video. So Reagan uses 7 cups of sugar in 3 days. Each day the cups of sugar gets lighter as more sugar is used. So if it's getting lighter, it's a negative. It's getting lighter. It's decreasing. If I'm losing weight, I'm getting a decrease in weight. So it's going to be a negative. How much does the average amount of sugar in cups change each day? Round to the nearest hundredth. So it's getting lighter, so I'm going to have 7 cups, and I'm going to divide it by 3 days, and it's going to be a negative. I'm just going to wait and put the negative at the end because I know it's getting lighter each day. So I take my 7 and I divide it by my 3. Hang on a second. So I've got, and I'm rounding to the nearest hundredth, so I know I'm going to have to go at least 3 places here. So 3 goes into 7 2 times. I'm going to bring my decimal up. 2 times 3 is 6, and I subtract a 1. I'm going to bring down my 0. 10 goes into 3. 3 goes into 10 3 times. 9, subtract 1, bring down the 0. 3 goes into 10 3 times. 9, subtract 1, bring down my 0. 3 goes into 10 3 times. 9, subtract 1 is, so I can stop here because I've got 2.333. I'm rounding to the nearest hundredth place. So the 3, that is not greater than 5. So that means that I'm going to go ahead and leave that 3. So it's a negative 2.33 cups per day. So if it's getting lighter, it's going to be negative. So I just added the negative there. Hope this helps.